hour. And if you're a regular, you're tuned into the Dean's List on 91.3 KUWS Superior. We're coming to you live on the left of the dial, broadcasting off the tippity top of the Holden Fine Arts Center on campus.
The important part about college radio is if you don't listen to it and you don't support it, it's one of those things that could go away. It really could. And then all of a sudden you don't have that local voice anymore. We also talk about local community events. I have a lot of local bands come in, but I also have a lot of people that are hosting art shows, dance events. So half my job is every week I do a show, and I almost always have at least one person who's either playing music or talking about an event in the community. So if you get rid of that and you just have Pandora, you just have commercial radio, you lose a ton of community support.
I think this place is really freaking important. If you're, sick of hearing the same thing, if you want to hear something different, something out there, and something that we're definitely passionate about, it's here.
I think a lot of people growing up in this day and age, college age right now, don't have access to college radio. They don't think about it. It's not important to them.
Where else are you going to hear all of these deep cuts, all of this new up-and-coming music?
Even terrestrial radio, you're so tired of hearing Clear Channel. No matter what you put on, you just think, screw the radio. I don't want to have to do it. I have an iPod, I have Pandora. I don't need someone else playing music when I know what I like.
If you hear the same Nicki Minaj or like Drake song over and over and over again, I mean, that's McDonald's music. It's bad for you. It's produced to taste really good or sound really good in the case of the music.
But the problem with that is that people never discover new music, and they'll never hear local music. If you only listen to Pandora, you're not going to hear those 200 awesome local bands we have in town.
It's completely different. It's got a very authentic feel to it.
I think it's a voice for people that, don't get heard otherwise, especially local artists. Unless you can get into the bars and see the shows, it's a good way to expose an artist to an audience they don't have access to.
For instance, Hospital Records, they're a huge drum and bass label in the UK. I emailed them like a year and a half ago, and I was like, hey, can I play your music? I really like it. And they got back to me and they were like, yeah, why not? Like, we don't care. Like, play what you want.
So if you're under 21 in the Twin Ports, there's like 3 venues you can go to on a regular basis. So this is a chance to hear some of those bands that you might not have heard, but then by the time you're ready to get into the clubs, you've already heard their music and you're exposed to it, you know what they are. The other thing that's cool about college radio, especially on a campus, is that it's a place for the freaks and kind of weirdos. I mean, if you're not in a sport, or if you're not in a drama club, or if you're not already have a place for you, but you're that kid that likes, skateboard music and you like heavy metal, there's a family waiting for you at KWS because we like weird shit too. So we probably will accept you.
It's just homey. It just feels very comfortable. I mean, there's usually coffee on, so we're pretty much set, stay up all night.
I don't have any one memory that's my favorite, but I really like it when you get all of the DJs up here. We all know each other pretty well, and we're all just, shooting the shit and hanging out and coming up with great ideas. Like when we start spitballing ideas and they roll into something that's really good, those are my favorite memories, especially when you can just kind of feel that there's kind of a community up here. That's my favorite part.
Sam's got an intense love of emo and a style of music that not everybody's into, but he's passionate about. We have the metal dudes. We have Alex who loves, chill wave electronica and stuff like that. That's great. And I try to do a mashup of everybody. Like here's that ambient song mixed in with your, Lamb of God once in a while.
It's my hope that somebody out there, when I get in the studio and I play a track, I'm in a certain mood when I'm DJing, and I hope it works. I hope somebody out there is like, man, I'm feeling this, and when I hear this track, they get why I'm playing it, or maybe they're in a crap mood, work sucks, my boss is a jerk, that kind of thing, and they hear a track, driving home at 11 p.m. and maybe it hits them, and everything's not so bad or something like that. somebody out there, I hope, is affected by it.
What I go for in my show is I want somebody to tune in some night and hear just something that's like totally out there that they haven't heard before, that makes them feel really good. It's more of like soundtrack music, you know. Let's say you're driving home some night, you know, you're like driving and the white lines are racing by on the highway, and like, you know, you see Duluth, or you see like, you know, the city lights, and it's just like, you know, it creates this beautiful picture, this really cinematic image.
PM to 1 o'clock, 91.3. That's really it.